Hey guys, happy Monday. So today we're going to be talking about the point slope formula, which is on page 4 in your new packets that you got Friday. So we are looking at lesson 4.2, and it's called point slope. And it's just like what it says. It is a formula that you can use to figure out y equals mx plus b, the equation of a line, when you just have one point, when they give you the x and y value of one point, the coordinates, and the slope. Before we do that, let's review a little bit. So it says part 1 is write the equation of a line given the slope and the y-intercept. So remember, this is our goal here, is to get it in y equals form, which is y equals mx plus b. Okay. So let's look and see what they give us. The y-intercept is 15, so that's our b. And the slope is 2, so that's our m. So now we can put it in y equals m, which is 2, x plus b, which is 15. Okay. I want you to go ahead and do number 2 on your own. Pause it. And then you can check it with mine. It helps if you write down what they give you. Okay. How'd you do on that one? Hopefully you did well. This is just a review. And remember, your slope can be, and it can be a fraction because the slope is just rise over run. So, what this slope means is that from one point to another point on the line, it's rising 9 and then going to the right 5. Okay. All right, so now on number 3, we have a slope and a point, but they don't give us the y-intercept. So we have to find the b. We don't have a b. And this is where we're going to use this new formula that, that I'm going to give you right now. So I want you to write this down. If they give you just the slope and a point, you're going to do this formula, y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Okay, that's your formula. Okay, let's write it again right here where it's bigger so we can refer to it. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so let's go back to number 3. Let's plug in what we have. Okay. So the y we don't know. Okay, we're going to just say y minus our y1 is, this is your x1 and this is your y1. Your y1 is 6. So y minus 6 equals m, which is 9/5 times x minus x1, which was 0. Oops. Okay. I'm going to give you a second to write that in. Alright, so now we can go ahead and put this in y equals form, and we're to do that. First we have to do parentheses, so we're going to multiply everything times 9/5. It's not as hard as it looks, guys, okay? So 9/5 times x is just 9/5 x, and 9/5 times 0 is 0. So that would be minus 0. We're not even going to put it, okay? It just kind of goes away. And then we have this y minus 6 over here still. So to get that 6 to the other side, we're going to have to add 6 to both sides. And that cancels that out over there. So I'm going to write the answer over here because I kind of got carried away. Y equals, clean it up a little bit, 9/5 x, that's your m, mx plus 6. That's your b. Your b ends up being 6. Okay? Let's do number 2. Number 4. Sorry. Number 4. Your m is -8 and your b is 10. Oh, well, this is easy then. Y equals -8 b m. Y equals m, which is -8 x plus b plus 10. Okay, that one was easy. Okay, so now let's look back at this one. We really didn't have to do all this on this one because the point was 0 and 6. If your x is ever 0, that means your y, it means it's crossing at the y-axis at 6. So this actually means that's your b, but only if the x is 0. So look, 6, and we got 6 for our b. So it worked out. Now, we're going to keep going with that. Number 2, it says part 2, write the equation of a line given 2 points. This is a review from last time. Okay. We have y minus y over x minus x. Remember that? When they give you 2 points. You use this. So we're going to say x, y, so y minus y, 8 minus 10 over x minus x, 6 minus 2. 8 minus 10 is -2. 6 minus 2 is 4. We're going to reduce that. Always reduce it if you can to -1/2. So this is your m. Y equals -1/2 x, and they did not give us a y-intercept, so we're going to just keep it at that. Okay, now number 6, your y-intercept is -3, and it tells us an x-intercept. If your x-intercept is 7, that means your x is 7. That means if it's the equation of the line is your x is 7, that means it's crossing at 7, 0. That's the point. Okay? So your y-intercept is -3. Your x-intercept is 7. Okay? So let's put that in. Oh, 2 points. So there's a point at -3, 0, -3, and 7, 0. Because if it's y-intercept is -3, then your y is -3 and your x is 0. And on this one, your x is 7 and your y is 0. So we don't know m. That's what we're trying to figure out here. So let's do this whole y minus y over x minus x. When they give you 2 points and you find the m, that's what you do. Y minus y would be -3 minus 0. X minus x would be 0 minus 7. So we get a -3 over -7. And the negatives are going to cancel out, and it just leaves you with 3/7. So that's your m. So now, can we put this in y equals form? We sure can. Y equals 3/7 x minus 3. Okay, I hope that you were able to stay with me there. Okay, next on number 7. Let's review that point slope form that I showed you earlier. Up here in number 3, it's that same one right here. If they give you 1 point and the slope. This is what we call the point slope formula. And this is what's going to help you solve to get your B. This gives you the B, or the Y-intercept. Okay, so we know our slope is 1, and the point is 2, 5, x, y. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this in. x1, y1. Okay, so y minus y1, which is 5, equals 1, that's your m, times x minus x1, which was 2. Alright, so let's distribute first. We get 1x minus 2 when we multiply 1 times everything. And then we have over here still y minus 5. We've got to get the y by itself. So to do that, we're going to add 6 to both sides. Remember, you can't add 6 to x's. They don't have the same last name. So 6. 5. I'm tired. 5. That's a 5, guys, not a 6. That will cancel that out and leave you with just y equals over here. And then over here, it's just x, or 1x. And a negative 2 and a positive 5 gives you a positive 3. So it's y equals x plus 3. Alright, over here we have a slope of 2/3. This is your m, negative 2/3 actually. And your point is, your x1 is 3, your y1 is negative 6. Because they give you the point. So let's plug it into this formula. Y minus y1, so that's y minus a negative 6, which is actually going to make both of those things positive, equals m, which is negative 2/3, times x minus x1, which was 3. So now we got a negative 2/3 x, and then negative 2/3 times 3. A negative 3 is going to give you negative, let's see, do you guys know how to do that? Watch. Fraction times fractions. Top times top. Bottom times bottom. Put the 3 over 1. Top times top is negative 6. Bottom times bottom is 3. And 6, that's going to reduce down to, oh, that was negative times negative plus. Okay, it's going to reduce down to a 2. Alright, so we're left with negative 2/3 x minus 2. And then over here, y plus 6. Remember, we had 2 negatives. Alright, let's try to get this 6 off the y so we can get the y by itself. We're going to subtract 6 from both sides. And we get y equals negative 2/3 x. A negative 2 minus 6 is negative 8. Okay? Number 9. A slope of 1/2 passes through negative 2 and negative 10. So x1 is negative 2, y1 is negative 10. Alright, so we have y minus y1, which is negative 10, equals 1/2 times, that's your m, times x minus your x1, which was negative 2. Okay, when you have 2 negatives next door, got to make them both positive. Alright, so now we have, now let's distribute the 1/2. 1/2 x, 1/2 times 2, 0.5 times 2 is just a 1, plus 1. And then we have y plus 10 over here. We got to get this y by itself. So let's subtract 10 from both sides. Y equals minus 9, because that left us with a negative 9. Alright, on this last one, I want you to try and see if you can do it by yourself. Well, let's go ahead and label what they give us. Our slope is 2, and our x1 is -5, and our y1 is 1. All right, look at your formula, set it up. Pause it right now and see if you can set it up correctly, and then check with me and see if you set it up right. So pause it and then you set it up. Okay, did you get that? All right, let's get that y by itself. We got to distribute this first. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 5 is 10. So we have y minus 1 equals 2x plus 10. So let's move that -1 to the other side by adding 1, because that cancels it. We add 1 over here, and we get 11. 2x plus 11. Y equals 2x plus 11. Okay, and that's it. Hope you guys got that answer. What you're going to do next is worksheet 4.2. Let me look and see what you're doing there. So there's 8 problems. There's 8 problems. And I want you guys to do the odd numbers. Do the odd numbers on 4.2. And you need to do that now. You're going to actually write it in class. You're not going to actually do it on Cami unless you're at home. Because I want you to turn it in. I want you to write it. I think some of you have been asking if you could do that instead. So that's what you're going to do on your notes. on your work today. And hopefully I'll see you guys Wednesday or Thursday. I haven't heard back on when they're releasing me, but it will be soon. And have a great day. Stay safe.